Somebody commented wanting the Upfitter switch, which I had no idea what it is. It's basically the auxiliary switch. Nice when you don't care about the truck, huh? Hey, Obi, just a reminder on this thing. A reminder. Boy, what a freaking unit. Look at how thick that is. So this here unit took a slam on one of the trips. She got a little cracked windshield, boy, so we were trying to raise some money. All right, guys, welcome back. I really appreciate the love and support on the last video where we picked up the Marketplace 6.4. The comments mean the world to me, and today we're gonna be giving back because that is what I love doing. I love the interactions more than anything when you guys leave a comment. That to me means way more than views or likes or anything ever could. So somebody commented wanting the Upfitter switch, which I had no idea what it is. It's basically the auxiliary switch, which is used to power external things like light bars, winches, etc., which I knew they had that option, and I remember seeing switches in some of the Fords. My truck doesn't have that, so we don't have that luxury, but I never heard of an Upfitter switch, so I thought the guy either misspelled it or a typo or something, or I was just clueless, which I was. So anyways, it's a real thing, the auxiliary switch, just a more fitting name, an upfitting name, if you will. So we're gonna try to remove that thing. I've never done it. Also, somebody said we could probably use the dash for something, but it's just that interaction piece that I love more than anything. So we're gonna try something new today, try to give back, and then stick around later in the video because we are going to give you a CF Moto update on the money we raised for that windshield, and then a little shop update on the exterior kitchen here. So really moving things along. We got a lot of things in store, so it's kind of in between. It is also Father's Day weekend, so big shout out to the fathers. Being a father has changed my life to no end. It is the best thing in the world. I would never want to go back to not being a father, because once you have kids and you watch them grow, little versions of yourselves, and they're just absolutely freaking incredible. So again, I don't always have a lot of time for this YouTube stuff. Super busy with family, but that is not a dig. That is not a slam. That is just life, and it's super incredible, and I'm thankful to everyone. If you're a father, you totally understand what I mean. So happy Father's Day, guys. Let's get out there and be the best versions of ourselves. Let's get the switch. So yeah, guys, here is our 2008 F350 Powerstroke 6.4 Marketplace Edition right here. Got this thing solely for the engine, which has been totally removed in this case, but that is not going to stop us from doing what we need to do in today's video. So again, here is the Upfitter switch and wire harness relay that he was wanting. So we're going to show you how I pulled this whole thing out using just a trim tool here, if it'll focus, some side cutters because I did have to cut the ground right there, so that's no big deal to reapply, and a couple little bumps and bruises. I mean, things are tight in there. So again, that is your Upfitter switch right there, and you can add your aftermarket accessories and run it so it's got the factory look, so you don't have to drill like a hole in a switch like I used to do for my subs and stuff back in the day. So that's the whole idea here. Let's get into removing this unit. All right, so welcome back in the beautiful vehicle here. We are coming for this switch right here. All the auxiliary switches should be one piece right here, and I believe there are 4 tabs, if I read the forums correctly, that we have to pop out in order to get the switches out. I'm going to try to maybe come in from either here or here, pop these panels out so I can get my fingers in there and pop that out, and then there'll be a wire harness that shoots across down up into here somewhere. Probably remove this panel so we can see. We'll try to get the switch, the wiring that goes with it, and then there should be a relay in here as well. So it's a little dark this morning, but I'm gonna try to pop out all this stuff, and it should look something like this. I'll put it on the screen here, and yeah, we're just gonna see how we do. So let me get some tools together here and try to start popping it out. Did we break it? I think that came off. Okay. There we go. So that was pretty easy. We didn't break anything, which is good. Focus camera. I got you on zoom, don't I? There's a wire harness. So now we just need to disconnect that. Should be able to press down. Boom. Okay, so now we got our switches with no damage. There's our auxiliary switches right there. Beautiful. Let's trace this wire harness back. Wonder if we should just pull this out. Okay, so now, where do you go, buddy? Where do you go? So let's try to pop this off next here. This here panel probably just pops right out. Where's my tool? Sometimes filming and working is hard to do, ain't it? Okay. That should pop out of there. Okay, again, that pops right out. No damage, didn't break any of those clips, which is good. I know Ovi's really worried about this truck, so we want to take good care of it. Now, that relay is supposed to be down in here somewhere, one of these, so we're gonna have to look under here next to try to get that wiring. Let's see if we can find that dang harness. Not there. They're supposed to be taped up under here somewhere, and these should be the ones we're looking for. See these? And on here it even says if we, these are all of our auxiliary wires right here, so this is clearly the ones we want. Can we see it on camera? Okay, so now how do we get that harness out of there? So first, this relay was in the way. This might be for the trailer brake or something. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. But then I pulled this one off, and it looks like, if you can read that there, aux 1, aux 2, aux 3, and aux 4 top view. So I'm wondering if this ain't the one we're looking for right here. So I'm gonna keep trying to do some wiggling and get that sucker out of here, because it looks like, or maybe I can push it down through. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do that. Maybe I'll push it down if it'll come down. Okay, so then I was able to push that relay down into here. Sorry, I know it's so dark, so I got to keep adjusting the camera light, but flip this around and you can see the relays, the fuses, whatever all this stuff is. I'm not an electrician. But then there's our wires. And now I'm going to try to snake this harness out of here. It looks like it is connected to a ground somewhere up here. Snaking it through. And then right there, can you see that? Right there, little ground wire on there. Might just cut that. I don't think we need it. And then try to snake out the rest of it. Ow. Keep hitting my head on everything. Up into here, we got to get that sucker out. So we're getting closer, ain't we? Okay, just to update, I was going to go ahead and pop out the panel here on the dash, but I ended up just getting the top loose, and it looked like there was a couple bolts on the bottom here holding it in, so the bottom didn't want to kick out, so I ended up just pressing up on that wire harness, pushing it back as far as I could, then coming in from the bottom, reaching my hand up in here and tugging at the harness until it got all the way through. And minus me cutting that ground, I think we got it. Look at that unit right there, boy. Yeah. Tell me I can't do mechanics. Ovi, can I get a job, boy? He's like, absolutely not. But hey, how about that for a little 6.4 auxiliary switch relay removal? I think. I don't even know if this is what we needed, but so now this is supposed to, let's make sure it connects back in, shall we? Like a glove. So that's back in there. So now we got our switches, harness, and the module, right? Maybe. Watch that not even be what he needed. All right, anyways, I'll reach out to him and make sure that's what he wanted. So we kind of got a little bit of a mess here. Some extra things fell off in motion, so you can kind of push stuff back. They just snap in, you know. Oh, that one was down there. And it's just puzzling. Putting the puzzle pieces back together. There we go. That one snaps back in. Seat, okay. I didn't touch that. Dash. Readjust. That can stay out for now. Alright, how did you go in, boy? Nice when you don't care about the truck, huh? You guys got nice 6.4, you might do it a little bit differently. Alright, so now that we took care of one of you guys in the comments, we're going to help Ovi out. Hey, Ovi, just a reminder on this thing. A reminder. Okay, but anyways, guys, to the CF Moto, if you guys didn't see a few videos back, we ended up reporting some damage on this thing. Again, no harm, no foul. Accidents do happen. So this here unit took a slam on one of the trips. She got a little cracked windshield, boy, so we were trying to raise some money. That video got like 500 views, which was awesome, but YouTube doesn't pay very good, so, but we did make $1.40 on that unit, so here's $1. Now hold on, boy. I got 40 cents here. Come on, man. Is that coming out of there? Where'd it go? Oh, I hear it jingling. Jingling, jingling, boo. Okay, whoa! Can you get that? There we go. Alright, so we got $1, 25, 35, 40. $1.40, man. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I'm going to leave this right here. Hopefully we don't get robbed because there's a lot of money in this thing and every little bit helps. Oh, I can kind of see the tint job. Alright, close that unit back up. Trying to help people out. That's the idea here. Ove said this unit was dead. Probably locked right now, I'd assume. Yeah, she a little locked. Go get the keys. Forget about it. We need to jump it though. She did. So anyways, taking care of business there. And we've talked about the pergola going in and the storage shed over here for the used oil bins. But next we have the outdoor kitchen area with this concrete countertop that Garth and Ove put in. I think they got to do some sort of finish on it and make it clear and smooth, but this was a super hard job. I don't think either one of them have ever done it before, but that looks super epic. It's going to wear nicely instead of like wood or granite or something like that. You wouldn't want to put something like that outside, so the concrete's the way to go. I believe these are some storage drawers in here. Look at that stainless steel. And then we'll have the grill. It's inside, gonna drop in there. And then the mini fridge there. Boy, what a freaking unit. Look at how thick that is. Oh, that did better than I thought. He was kind of hard on himself. Can we hype him up? He's a mechanic trying to do all these side things. Boy, he is busy, man. Everybody else working on trucks and he's working on cool stuff. He works on trucks too. But yeah, need a hand, fellas? Look at that, boy. Alright guys, so there it is. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you had fun. I'm going to get a hold of the gentleman that wanted this here relay and get this into his hands. Either mail it to him or drop it off. I think he's somewhat local, but this is the interaction I'm talking about. I also thought about doing like free giveaways. I know the giveaway thing just is so cringe to a lot of people, but I don't want you to have to pay anything. But if we find artifacts on some of these adventures, I'd like to just give them to you guys, and I think the giveaway thing is the best way to do it. You know, I hate asking for personal information, so we can do it through a third-party website app thing, and you guys, I'll just run it for a couple weeks or whatever, and that way it generates a random person and I just send it to you free of charge. I think that would be fun. What do you guys think? Would you get entered for something like that? I don't know. We love what we're doing here though. Can't thank you guys enough. Feeling truly blessed. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. Leave some comments. Love y'all. Peace.